Guys, it's Jen. As you begin your reframing journey, I'd like to start you off with this prompt to think about, meditate on, pray on, journal about, or maybe even reach out to me. What would I be? Who would I be if I were truly free? For 25 years, I've had a very solid yoga practice, but meditating was never my strong suit. Over time, using guided meditations have really helped me out with that. I've always thought that writing things down and getting ideas on paper was such a good way to help think things through. But when I actually began journaling in hopes of finding some serious self-discovery, I sat down with a beautiful new blank journal, and all I could think was, "Dear diary, it's me, Jen. You won't believe what happened today." Which wasn't super helpful considering it didn't touch much into the depths of my soul. And, I'm not 9 years old. So for me, using a journaling practice to reflect on meditative prompts like this gave me the jumping off point that I needed. When I first reflected on this question, I didn't know the answer at all. To be completely honest, I'm not sure that I do yet, but at least I feel like I'm on the path towards it. So can you already imagine and define who you would be or what you would be doing? If so, then it's the journey to reach that person that you need to focus on. Or maybe you're like me. I know that the answer is there somewhere in that depth of my soul, and my path is to discover the answer. Hearing these questions, my very first thought was, had I in fact been free, I definitely wouldn't be who I am or what I am today. So I'm actually kind of thankful that I had those constraints because I really wouldn't want to change anything about where I'm at. I find it super interesting and ironic though, because when I am looking ahead into the future, I do want to shed those constraints. I want to be free from some facets of myself and my life that keep me from feeling free. You may feel the same. Maybe the controls that have kept you on track until this point were necessary and helpful at the time, but now they no longer serve you. Or maybe the restrictions that have been placed on you or that you've placed on yourself have instead been leashes holding you back from your true potential or dreams. So for all of us, the goal of this practice needs to first identify what are those binds that are holding you back from being your true authentic self. We don't need to be someone else, and we certainly don't need to be better than someone else. I used to be looking for the best version of myself, but I've realized that looking for the best implies that I need to improve. Like there is something wrong with me as is. And instead, we need to look to see what would make us our favorite version of ourselves. In my reflections, I've determined that in order to be free and my favorite version of myself, I need a freedom from the concepts of perfection and people pleasing, from the desire to constantly be doing the right thing or being who others want me to be. I feel to be authentic and to give myself permission to be imperfect, to grant myself grace when I am, to release the need to be flawless and make everyone else around me happy. You may need a freedom from worry and anxiety about the future, from the inability to be present and just enjoy today. Or maybe it's a freedom from the past wounds and scars that have left you emotionally damaged, past decisions that you wish you had done differently. Do you need freedom from always saying yes, even when you've reached your max, and instead allow others to figure it out on their own? Allow yourself to be free from having control over everything and just be okay with sitting in a bit of chaos. Or maybe you realize that it's certain people in your life, relationships that are holding you back. What thoughts or behaviors are actually constraints that no longer serve you? So on this half beat between us talking about communicating in your family and raising your teens, use just a few minutes to think about you. What would you be? Who would you be if you were truly free? And what is holding you back? Email me at jen@reframing-me.com or find me on Instagram at reframingme or on Twitter at reframing_me. I'd love to hear what you're discovering. I hope you'll take this time for you. And then you can come back for episode 2, where we'll go back to talking about our teens and families and looking at roles and rules in your family system. Until then.